4 of my FND rehabilitation program was a little different because obviously I had coronavirus, so I couldn't go up to London for the 2 days as I have been for the past 3 weeks. Luckily, I was able to do it online, which obviously isn't quite the same, especially things like occupational therapy and physiotherapy. But I appreciate the fact that I was still able to have some sort of session. Honestly, those 2 days kind of blurred into one. I wasn't really with it, so I can't sort of say what happened on the Thursday and the Friday, but I'll just give an overall view of what happened. So the first one I'll talk about is CBT, cognitive behavioural therapy. We spoke again about my OCD being possible triggers and working through old worksheets to help me manage that side of things. And she showed me the responsibility pie worksheet to see how much, when something happens, how much blame I kind of put on myself for it, and then where that blame actually maybe should be. In all honesty, I've not used the responsibility pie worksheet because I was trying to focus on the OCD one a little bit more. Trying to do too many of them all in one go can get a little bit overwhelming, and I just want to focus on one part of it. One interesting thing that happened between week 3 and week 4 was I was trying to use the grounding techniques to prevent seizures from happening, and I kept kind of stopping, and I was using the looking around the room and picking out things that were like blue, trying to use that technique, and I do think I stopped one. Not for long. I think I just kind of prolonged the onset of it maybe, but it was a good start, and so if I can just keep practicing that technique, I might actually be able to stop them from happening every now and then. And I had about 3 seizures, kind of one after the other, but in between them I was trying to do that, my other grounding technique of finger tapping, because I use that quite a lot, and I was just I don't really know why I started doing it, to be fair. Perhaps it's quite a calming thing for me, but I started doing it in between the seizures because my hands usually really cramp up during them, so it was quite a good that I could let them go loose and manage to do that with at least one hand. So that's progress as well. Something I forgot to mention was during the last seizure, my mum put on a CD and a song that has quite a strong memory for me. So when I heard the song, because I can hear everything during my seizures, I could kind of just visualise that moment when this song was being played before, and I think it was quite helpful. It gave me something else to focus on, and there's such clear memory in my mind that then that was all I could really think about. And I didn't have any more seizures after that one, so possible that it helped. And something that I'll definitely try and use again, see if it might help actually prevent one in the future. During occupational therapy, we mainly spoke about functional cognitive symptoms, which I don't suffer with too much. Mine is more of a movement disorder, but so the cognitive one's kind of like not having a good attention span and forgetting things, which lots of people do anyway. But I know sometimes, obviously, people with FND, you get brain fog and all of that comes with it. So it was also interesting to learn a little bit more. We spoke about the hierarchy of cognition, which was a worksheet, or just a little diagram basically. And the bottom one was something about working on your attention, and then the rest kind of up from that was more memories and planning journeys, and if you, that attention bit, if that's gone, then generally the rest of it is a little bit more tricky to do. So yeah, it doesn't really work in with me too much because I don't have so many issues along those lines. But again, we were a little bit limited on what we could actually do, so that was one of the easier things she could show me through an online version of our sessions. We said about how this week, or tomorrow, because this is Wednesday, so Thursday, tomorrow, I'll be going up to London. It's probably going to be past by the time I post this video, but still, she's booked the kitchen out for me so I can make like pasta and homemade sauce, chop stuff up, see how I get on cooking again, and strategies into how I can cope doing that sort of thing. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm so glad I can go. Physio obviously was a bit different. Although I'll give her a due, she did manage to get me to do quite a bit in my room. Even just, I mean, my room's tiny as well, but she kind of managed to get me to walk just around the edge of the bed and backwards and forwards, trying to use my arms a little bit more, working in that side to side motion that I'd learnt the week before. And she did things like just opening the door and taking a couple of steps outside, coming back in, opening my drawers, but while standing up, because I tend to kind of sit on the end of my bed just to keep my balance. So yeah, opening and closing the drawers while standing up, picking things off the shelves and putting them somewhere else, stuff like that. Anything she could kind of see around me, she used it and put into practice. From the previous week of physio, I was hoping to be able to go out in my chair and then try and walk behind it. That didn't happen because I was kind of just stuck in my room for like 5 days, and then after that I've just been really tired after doing things like changing my bed. I was so out of breath after that. I literally couldn't catch my breath and I had to lay down just after making my bed. But yes, I've not really been able to do quite as much as I would have liked. But still, I'm just happy again that I can go tomorrow. That's it really. That's all I've kind of got to say on week 4, I think. Yeah. Although in occupational therapy as well, we spoke about understanding pain through another condition that I have, which is a chronic pain condition, just trying to understand it. Whereas before, when I've been treated for it, they've gone down the routes of medication and trying different things out, whereas actually just learning about it sometimes is always going to be a step in the right direction. So yeah, that's been interesting to learn about. I can't really say too much, to be fair, because it's not about FND and I don't really want to, I'm not going to go into detail about it, but yeah, I'm happy to have learned a little bit more about understanding pain and especially chronic pain, like persistent pain, why it is there. Not so much understanding why it's there, but more learning how it goes from temporary pain to chronic persistent pain. She sent me a few videos, like TED Talks, and I'll put the links to those videos in the bio. If anyone wants to have a look at them, then just click on those links. So tomorrow is week 5. It's only one day because of Good Friday. So this video will probably, as I say, go up after that day, but yeah, I've just got one day tomorrow, which they've added another day in May, which is quite nice because of the Good Friday one, so that we don't miss a day of treatment. So yeah, very grateful for that, especially after last week. I feel like I kind of dipped out a little bit, but through no one's fault, it was just circumstances. But yeah, so I've got another day in May, which I think is more like just a general meeting afterwards to kind of discuss how the treatment went for you. So I'll post another video soon of my last day of proper treatment. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching. Bye.